Welcome, everyone. This is Mike Flaherty with AlphaCentric, and I'm joined today with Brian Gahsman. Brian's the portfolio manager of our Robotics and Automation Fund. Brian, good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. So let me kind of set the table here. Um, last Friday, I get done playing golf about 6 o'clock. We're inside having a lemonade along with
Yeah, yeah, right.
some of the other folks, and all of a sudden we see this this Artemis II breaking through the barrier, and I understand how to kind of come through at an angle so it didn't tax the heat shield. And all of a sudden, it lands 60 miles or so off the coast of San Diego, and which was amazing. And we all kind of cheered with our lemonade, and then they started
Lemonade.
talking, and what I didn't realize is that there's already a plan in place to go back to the moon, but this time to land on the moon in
Yeah,
2028. So that's very, very exciting. Um, but you got to have you've got to have the infrastructure to do that. You've got to have the testing mechanism, i.e., robotics, to be able to do that. And I know that there's a company that you've been keeping your eye on, Intuitive Machines. Talk about the role that they play in this, not only in this Artemis II mission, but then kind of, bringing it back to where they can apply those same technologies here on planet Earth.
sure. So, so intuitive machines, they're basically the landers and rovers and the robotics provider for, yes, getting the infrastructure set up. Um, they do a lot of other things. There's a million things I could list out, but already landed on the moon, right? They landed there, Intuitive Machines, on the moon 2024. They landed
Okay.
again last year in 25 in March, another one. And so now that our astronauts are back, um, Intuitive Machines is going to go up and actually set up everything for them. There's going to be autonomous rover vehicle set up for them and scientific equipment from NASA and everything, basically everything they need,
So they're
right?
going to have a whole hotel, they're going to have a whole like Airbnb set up
All
with a
set up.
car when they get there.
Yep. And so that's what Intuitive Machines does. And the funny thing is, you'd ask, well, doesn't SpaceX do that, or doesn't why would doesn't I mean NASA obviously doesn't, but or L3 Harris, don't they do that? No, none of these guys do that because Intuitive Machines already does. And space is expensive, right? It's expensive. You're not going to compete over uh this equipment. I mean, Musk's new cobots, maybe he'll put some of those on the moon. I don't know, but he hasn't had contracts for those yet. But Intuitive Machines has contracts going out for years, right? So, yes, they're going to set up everything for when the astronauts land back on the moon in 28. Beyond that, they also have awards and contracts for interplanetary. So for the Mars mission, they'll be doing the same thing, the setup and delivering all the equipment and setting up on Mars. Now,
Wow.
beyond Mars, they literally have contracts set up for deep space. So that means outside of our solar system. And what's so great about this company is that these contracts are spread out over decades, right? So 2028. So this upcoming, what it's called, the IM3, they have to have everything set up by 2028, right? And then beyond that, there are all these missions planned, but they've already been awarded all these contracts. So tell me another investment that is already, you already know. You already know what the return is going to be, unless there's more things added. But I can tell you right now, and we can look at the all the missions, where we're going to be in 20 years. Tell me another stock that you can
Brian,
guarantee profitability in 20 years.
talk about if you can briefly talk about how this company how its stock has performed, say over the last 6 to 12 months or so. Is that something
Sure.
you can share?
So when I first started investing in it, it was right before Odysseus landed on the moon, and they were bringing that up there, and we just put a little position in because I think space is, for robotics and automation and AI, space is the place you got to be. So back in 24, I put a position on, and it's up 150% since 25. Since we first invested in it, I mean, what's it trading at right now? In like $25, $26?
26 and change this morning.
Okay, do you really want me to tell you where we bought it at? Because it was, yeah,
That's okay. You're
single
happy
digit,
with it. That's good.
single digits, but it's continued to perform. So over the past 12 months, 150%. But they've got recent contracts, also building all the time. If you follow this company, so just watch the revenues increase.
Wow. All right.
It's huge. It's a big deal. Space
That's
is a big
fan-
deal in general.
that's fantastic. So, Brian, thanks very much for sharing this with us. Like I said, we were all sitting together last week, and it is kind of, it's kind of goes back to John F. Kennedy, right? I mean, trying to have something aspirational, and Lord knows we could use that right about now. So, if you know anybody there, make sure that when they go back in 28, that they have plenty of Nutella for the team when they get up there.
Well, I'll let them know to drop some off.
Okay. All right, Brian, let's leave it there. Thanks very much, and we'll catch up with everybody later.